Look at this woman. She's literally risking an assault charge, blocking traffic, and making enemies with complete strangers. And for what? For the privilege of shopping at a store that charges her $120 just to walk through the door. But here's what's really insane. Those parking lot security cameras just captured something that reveals the most profitable business model in America. And I'm not talking about some tech startup or Wall Street firm. I'm talking about a warehouse that sells mayonnaise in gallon containers. What you're about to see will make you question everything you thought you knew about making money. Because this simple warehouse business makes more profit per customer than luxury brands. More profit per square foot than Apple stores. And the craziest part, it's all happening right there in that chaotic parking lot. By the end of this video, you'll understand why grown adults are willing to commit road rage over a parking space, and why that behavior is exactly what makes this company billions of dollars. Let me show you something that doesn't make sense. This is a Costco parking lot on a Tuesday afternoon. Every single space is taken. Cars are circling like sharks. People are waiting 20 minutes just to park. And here's the Walmart across the street. Half empty. Easy parking. No waiting. So why are people torturing themselves to shop at the packed store when they could easily shop at the empty one? The parking lot cameras revealed something disturbing. The average customer waits 18 minutes just to find a parking spot, then walks an additional 400 yards because they had to park so far away. They're literally paying in time and effort for the privilege of shopping somewhere inconvenient. But here's where it gets weird. Those same customers who waited 20 minutes to park are spending an average of $147 per visit. The Walmart shoppers who parked instantly, they're spending $54, so customers are willing to wait longer, walk farther, and deal with more stress, to spend nearly 3 times as much money. How is this even possible? The answer is so simple, it's genius. But before I reveal that, let me show you something that will blow your mind about what these cameras really captured across hundreds of locations. Here's something that will break your brain. Last year, Costco made $4.6 billion before they sold a single rotisserie chicken, a single pack of toilet paper, or a single anything. That's right, $4.6 billion in pure profit just from charging people the right to shop there. To put that in perspective, Costco's membership fees alone make more money than Twitter's entire revenue, more than Spotify's entire revenue. They're literally making billions just from saying, pay us first, then you can buy our stuff. But here's the twisted part. Those packed parking lots, they're not a bug in the system. They're a feature. The crowding, the chaos, the competition for spots. It's all by design. See, there's this thing in psychology called social proof. When humans see other humans doing something, especially lots of other humans, our brains automatically think this must be good. It's why restaurants put people by the windows. Why nightclubs create long lines even when they're not full. Costco has weaponized this psychology. When you drive by and see that parking lot absolutely packed, your brain doesn't think, wow, this looks inconvenient. It thinks, wow, this must be amazing if everyone wants to go there. Scientists have actually studied this. When people see crowded stores, the reward centers in their brains light up. They get excited. They feel like they're missing out if they don't join the crowd. But here's where it gets really twisted, and this is something most people never realize. The membership fee itself creates a psychological trap that makes people spend way more money. The parking lot cameras don't just watch cars. They track everything, and what they've revealed about human behavior inside is absolutely mind-blowing. The average customer spends 87 minutes shopping at Costco. Compare that to 23 minutes at a regular grocery store. They're spending 4 times longer shopping. And remember, they already waited 20 minutes just to park. But here's what's really insane. Look at these shopping carts. A regular grocery cart holds about $50 worth of groceries when full. A Costco cart? When it's full, you're looking at $300 to $400 worth of stuff. And people fill these carts. The average Costco transaction is $147. But here's the kicker. They're not just buying more stuff. They're buying way more than they actually need. This is Sarah. She went to Costco for milk and bread. She came out with 36 rolls of toilet paper, 5 pounds of cashews, a 3-pack of ketchup, and a kayak. A kayak! She doesn't even live near water. Here's why this happens. Psychologists call it loss aversion amplification. Because Sarah paid that membership fee, her brain is desperately trying to justify that expense. Every item she doesn't buy feels like she's wasting her membership. It gets worse. Studies show that when people pay up front for something, like a membership, they dramatically overestimate how much they'll use it. Sarah thinks she'll eat 5 pounds of cashews. She thinks she'll use that kayak. Her brain is lying to her, but Costco's genius goes deeper. They've discovered something about bulk packaging that completely hacks human psychology. When people see a large package, they automatically assume they're getting a better deal, even when the math says otherwise. Look at this. The bulk ketchup at Costco costs $11.99 for 3 bottles. That's $4 per bottle. The same ketchup at a regular store costs $3.49 per bottle. Costco is actually more expensive per unit, but customers think they're saving money because they're buying in bulk. The parking lot cameras capture this happening thousands of times per day. Customers loading up on deals that aren't actually deals, convinced they're outsmarting the system while the system outsmart them. And Costco's margins on these bulk items, they're insane. That 5-pound container of nuts that costs $24, it costs Costco $8 to source and package. They're making 200% profit while customers think they're getting wholesale prices. But if you think that's crazy, wait until you see what else these cameras revealed about the hidden empire most customers never even notice. While you're focused on fighting for a parking spot, you're missing something incredible. Costco isn't just a store. It's a massive complex designed to trap you in an ecosystem you can't escape. See that gas station? Those aren't just a few pumps for convenience. Costco gas stations serve an average of 4,000 cars per day. Some locations serve over 10,000 cars daily. They're not just gas stations, they're profit machines. Here's how they do it. Costco gas is typically 10 to 20 cents cheaper per gallon than competitors. Sounds like they're losing money, right? Wrong. Every time you buy gas at Costco, they make about 15 cents per gallon in pure profit. But here's the real genius. That gas station keeps you coming back. Studies show that members who use Costco gas renew their memberships at a 95% rate compared to 85% for members who don't. And here's where it gets really smart. The parking lot cameras revealed that 73% of customers who come for gas also go inside and shop. The average gas customer spends an additional $89 inside the store. But wait, there's more. See that pharmacy? Costco pharmacies fill over 600 prescriptions per day on average. They're the 7th largest pharmacy chain in America, but most people don't even know they have pharmacies. And their prescription prices are insanely cheap. A 90-day supply of generic cholesterol medication costs $240 at CVS. At Costco, $29. They're undercutting competitors by up to 80%. You'd think they're losing money, but they're not. Generic drugs cost pennies to manufacture. Even at $29, they're making 400% profit. Plus, prescription customers become incredibly loyal. They have to come back every month, and every time they do, they shop. And then there's the food court. That $1.50 hot dog and soda combo hasn't changed price since 1985. Costco loses money on every single hot dog they sell. They sell 100 million hot dogs per year at a loss of about 35 cents each. That's $35 million in losses annually. Why would they do this? Because customers who eat at the food court spend 23% more on their shopping trips. They stay longer, they browse more, and they buy more impulse items. That $35 million loss generates over $400 million in additional sales. The tire centers, they install over 500 tires per day across their locations. They make about $50 profit per tire, but the real value is customer lifetime value. Once someone trusts Costco with their car, they're customers for life. Eye exams, hearing aids, photo printing, travel booking. Every single service is designed to create more reasons for you to come back and to extend your visit time. This isn't a store, it's an ecosystem, and every single element is designed to extract maximum value from your membership while making you feel like you're getting incredible deals. But here's where the parking lot cameras captured something that reveals the true scope of this empire, and it's something that will change how you see business forever. While you're worried about finding a parking spot, you're standing on one of the most valuable pieces of real estate in America. But Costco's relationship with real estate is so much smarter than you realize. When Costco announces they're building in an area, property values within a 3-mile radius increase by an average of 8%. They don't just pick locations, they create value wherever they go. Look at this from above. Every Costco location becomes the anchor for an entire shopping ecosystem. They negotiate deals where they get free or cheap land, then lease out surrounding spaces to other businesses at premium rates. Costco owns the land under 70% of their locations. That's $25 billion worth of real estate that appreciates in value every year. They're not just a retailer, they're one of the largest real estate companies in America. But here's where it gets genius. Those gas stations we talked about, they're not just profit centers. They're incredibly efficient land use. A gas station generates $3,000 per square foot annually. The store itself generates about $1,400 per square foot. They're literally maximizing every inch. And those parking lots that seem so chaotic, they're precisely calculated. Costco uses 4.5 parking spaces per 1,000 square feet of store space. Compare that to regular shopping centers at 6 spaces per 1,000 square feet. They're intentionally creating scarcity. The cameras revealed something incredible. Peak parking demand lasts only about 4 hours per day on weekends, 2 hours on weekdays. For the majority of time, they have plenty of spaces. But those few hours of scarcity create the psychological effect that drives customer behavior. Building a Costco costs about $180 per square foot compared to $350 per square foot for traditional retail. They're building these profit machines at half the cost of competitors, and they're incredibly efficient. LED lighting, solar panels, advanced HVAC systems. The average Costco uses 40% less energy per square foot than traditional retailers. Lower costs, higher profits. Here's something that will blow your mind. In some markets, Costco has penetrated over 15% of all households. That means in certain cities, 1 in 7 families is paying Costco a membership fee. It's like a voluntary tax that people are happy to pay. And they're expanding globally using the same model. Every international location follows the same pattern: strategic real estate acquisition, ecosystem development, and community transformation. But the parking lot cameras revealed something even more shocking about human behavior and what it means for the future of retail. The parking lot cameras were just the beginning. Inside Costco is a massive psychology laboratory, and every customer is an unwitting test subject. Every single element of Costco's design is based on psychological manipulation. The entrance forces you to walk past the expensive electronics. The milk is in the back corner, so you have to walk through the entire store to get something basic. Those sample stations, they're not just marketing, they're psychological triggers. Studies show that customers who try a sample are 3 times more likely to buy that product, even if they didn't like the sample. The act of trying creates a sense of obligation. But it gets weirder. Customers who eat samples anywhere in the store spend 23% more on their entire trip, even on products they didn't sample. The free food creates a psychological debt that makes people want to reciprocate. Costco deliberately creates what they call treasure hunt experiences. Items appear randomly and disappear quickly. This scarcity principle makes customers buy immediately instead of thinking it over. Meet Jennifer. She bought a $1,200 patio set because it might not be here next week. She lives in an apartment, no patio, but the scarcity psychology overrode logic. Once customers start filling those massive carts, the sunk cost fallacy kicks in. They've already invested time walking around the huge store, so adding one more item feels insignificant, even if that item costs $50. The checkout lines are psychological masterpieces. They're long enough that you feel committed to your purchases, but filled with impulse items. The average customer adds $23 worth of items while waiting in line. And the renewal psychology is brilliant. Instead of automatically charging, they make you actively choose to renew. This creates a moment of evaluation where customers calculate all the savings they got, justifying the membership fee. But here's something really interesting the cameras revealed. Bulk shopping has become a form of status signaling. Customers feel pride walking out with massive quantities, like they're successful providers for their families. Even the warehouse atmosphere is calculated. High ceilings make people feel like they're getting wholesale prices. Concrete floors suggest lower overhead. Minimal decoration implies savings passed to customers. Behavioral economists have studied Costco's model extensively. The membership fee creates what's called payment depreciation. Once you've paid up front, subsequent purchases feel cheaper even when they're not. This psychological mastery has created something unprecedented in retail history, and what the parking lot cameras revealed about its scale will shock you. Here's the number that will break your brain. Costco makes $1,870 in profit per member per year. Apple makes $1,444 per customer. A discount warehouse is more profitable per customer than the most premium brand in the world. Costco's market cap is $387 billion. That's more than Nike, McDonald's, and Disney combined. A company that sells bulk toilet paper is worth more than the House of Mouse. Revenue per square foot? Costco generates $1,750 per square foot annually. Walmart generates $627. Target generates $412. They're not just winning, they're dominating. They're expanding globally at a rate of 20 to 30 new locations per year, with each new location reaching profitability within 18 months. Their international success rate is 98%. Virtually every location succeeds. Here's something amazing. Costco pays their employees an average of $24 per hour compared to Walmart's $14. Higher wages should mean lower profits, right? Wrong. Happy employees create better customer experiences, which drives membership renewals. The average Costco member stays loyal for 8.5 years and spends $126,000 total over their membership lifetime. That's more than most people spend on their cars. They're now integrating AI to optimize everything from inventory to parking lot management. Those cameras aren't just watching, they're learning, predicting customer behavior and optimizing operations in real time. Everyone is trying to copy them. Amazon Prime, Walmart Plus, Target Circle. Every major retailer is moving toward membership models because Costco proved it works. A single Costco location employs 450 people on average and generates $35 million in local economic impact annually. They're not just stores, they're economic engines for entire communities. Remember that woman fighting over a parking spot? She's not crazy. She's responding rationally to one of the most sophisticated business models ever created. Those parking lot fights aren't accidents. They're evidence of a system so powerful, it makes people literally fight for the right to participate. Every packed parking lot represents the same thing, a masterclass in psychology, economics, and human behavior, all wrapped up in a simple warehouse that sells stuff in bulk. Costco is planning 300 new locations over the next decade. They're expanding into new services, new markets, and new ways to extract value from memberships. This empire is just getting started. What you've witnessed isn't just a successful business, it's the evolution of retail itself, from selling products to selling experiences, from serving customers to creating communities, from making sales to engineering psychology. If you think Costco's strategy is insane, wait until you see what Amazon is planning that makes Costco look simple. And if you enjoyed uncovering the psychology behind everyday businesses, hit subscribe because I'm breaking down the hidden strategies behind the companies you interact with every day. The next time you're sitting in a Costco parking lot circling for a spot, remember, you're not just looking for parking. You're participating in one of the most sophisticated profit machines ever built. And honestly, that's kind of beautiful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one where we dive into the business that makes more money than Costco. And it